Hello. Yeah, yeah, naturally. Just weird to see. Who is favourites? It's got to be about 8 years-ish, maybe even longer, maybe a decade. Who knows? A long time. I've been good like this, like over 8 years. I've been quite a lot of different emotions. But yeah, I've got to do some really cool things since I seen you last over almost a decade. Definitely. What about you? Excellent. Real small legs doing the hardest. Yeah. Well, longer legs than what they cracked up to be because I fall over far too often for a normal person, and the legs do make it worse. Excellent. See, now I've seen this question, and I'm glad you asked because I was worried for a second you wouldn't. Because there's only one right answer, which is obviously breakfast triple. Doritos chili heat wave because they go excellent inside a breakfast triple, and then the large can of Red Bull. I mean the full one, just so you can feel like you're sticking it to the man as well. And that's it. That's ready for work, ready for the day, ready for 12-hour shifts. It'll get you through anything. Breakfast triple, large can of Red Bull, Doritos chili heat wave. Mhm. It's almost weird to crave a sandwich for meal deal. Oh, my favorite where's the other half is what I was about to say. Someone's eating the other half of that sandwich. That's for all you know. And I quite like that. It's like star-crossed lovers, isn't it? Maybe one day, you'll meet the right person and they'll have the other half of the sandwich in their hand. Like a shred of bacon in the middle. Apparently, having the Doritos in the middle is a bit of a deal breaker for most people, though, so I'll leave them to their heathens. But I'm a connoisseur, mate. What can I say? It's nothing more Welsh than just putting anything into a sandwich. Classic's a classic. It's quite unpopular and winds my girlfriend up every time, but I don't like cheese at all. Like, like I can just about handle mozzarella if it's not lots of mozzarella and it's like melted and cooked so it doesn't taste like cheese anymore. But no, I don't. It's just crap butter. That's all it is. Moldy crap butter. I'm sorry. Yeah, I did know. It's it's the most overhyped food, I think, because it's the sort of thing people fiercely defend because you're holding back the rain. Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, it must be spectacular or something, and I just don't see it. But it's so overhyped, I think. No, it's too cheesy. I literally like doubt I've tried to be fair, after trying like 4 or 5 cheeses, I was noticing a common theme of yeah, cheese is gross. That's it for the show, ladies and gentlemen. Like throw it in the bin. My family are crazy for cheese as well, so I've always been shunned. Just yeah, the disappointment I think they say by the time you don't like cheese. Yeah, but I've got that reply a couple of times, so yeah, I guess so. Uh, food-wise, trifle. Uh, yeah, because not many people do, because people are wrong, and that's okay. It's about learning, but it's all the desserts put in one, and I just really like dessert. I mean, literally jelly, custard, and cream. They're things you have with cake, or but never all smushed together until trifle came along. Somebody saw custard, cream, and jelly and was like, you know what, this stuff needs to do. Absolutely. But I used to have a big thing for waistcoats, not food wise, because I love waistcoats. They make me look very handsome. But like every time I'd be going out, I'd be like, what waistcoat would I wear? And I had a waistcoat drawer in the house and realized it was a bit excessive by the time I'd moved out and I was packing all the different waistcoats I had up. Excellent for occasions. But then I've got one that's like really fancy just for occasions, and I never use it because occasions haven't happened in a while. Well, I mean, you can never have too many waistcoats. I'm a blue waistcoat is the main, but then you got your black for formals, and you've got your light greys, and I quite like you can get like really nice like wacky vintage ones. I had this like green felt one that had 4 pockets, which was a bit too much, I think. But lovely and comfy, and it was just green, which you don't really catch many like nice green waistcoats. There's a line I think where suit clothing and the color green merge, and sometimes it's pull offable, sometimes there aren't. I say that as if I'm some sort of fashion expert. The amount of times I like get dressed and my girlfriend look at me go, "You sure? Just you sure you want to go out in public like that?" Because I'm very much just, oh yeah, trousers and whatever top is near. You, I know that it may look like I'm a fashion guru from this site, but I'm literally in like jogging bottoms and a fleece right now.
Uh, I think the whole time I was my audio,
Ah, that's so funny.
people could hear you, but they didn't.
How was that? I can hear. Oh, because we're talking on Discord. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
That's quite funny.
happen off.
It's okay because really the main thing that people might have missed was your fierce love of a cheese, and
Well,
your face said more than anything then because you held back the words, but you couldn't hold back the anger in your eyes,
yeah,
and you don't need audio for that.
that is that is Guess jump skip out. Hi, what's up? Wrong. It's what happens in your life. Gotta do it on the
It is what it is.
field. That's it. I don't know what's going on. Like, only picking up certain words, and it just doesn't.
Weird.
I
Well, we got time anyway, like, to
yeah,
sort it. Oh, well, if everybody could hear me as well, and nobody's
yeah.
gathered.
You,
Yeah, Reese's mic's knackered. So
every
just
now and
like
then
that.
it comes in, uh, like in my OBS,
Yeah.
you know, stuff. When I'm still quiet, it doesn't put my voice.
I'm getting no issues on the call.
Yeah, the call's fine.
Yeah.
So, uh, we will get it. We'll get it.
No worries.
Uh, say that. Yes.
Well, I'm ready to get back to when you are.
Just, yes. Sorry, bro.
Yeah, no worries, but no worries.
Just
Yeah. Yeah.
new.
Is it better to do it another day or?
Nah, we'll be right. This is what I don't understand. I was fine the other night. Right, how was that? I think. Oh, I think I've got it.
Ah, excellent.
Yeah, I think I've got it now. So I've been trying to do is like trying to eliminate adding like sort of filters to get rid of the background noise. Yeah, I think that should be it. Yes, perfect,
Excellent.
perfect. Don't touch anything else,
I
Rhys.
think
Uh,
I think everybody could work out what the first question was anyway, based on the answer.
yeah. Oh, right, we got it in the end, and it's working. So good, good. Right, right.
That was my cat.
I. Oh, we got a cat.
Yeah. Something down now.
What's the cat's name?
Lewis. Double Lewe's. Welsh word for lioness. Yeah.
Nice.
Hear yourself, did you? Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. Go on, you.
How old is she?
Oh, almost a year old. Yeah, she'll be a year next month, I think.
Ah, that's funny.
Yeah.
My cat, he's one next month as well.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, Grogu, his name is.
And strong,
Yeah.
very strong. Yeah, I never considered a cat, but the last flat me and my girlfriend were in was quite small, and so it was too small to get a dog, frankly.
Yeah.
But having an animal around the house just does well. You know so much for like your health and stuff.
Yeah, it's good.
It's just nice to have the company. So yeah, we ended up having in. She's almost like a dog anyway. She plays fetch
Mm,
and barks and stuff.
yeah. Yeah, Grogu's like a dog. He doesn't know any personal space. You could be sat there
Yeah,
watching TV and you just come up and just go right into your face and just be right up in your grill. Be like, can you just move? If your arms are crossed
like
like this, you'll perch himself on your arms.
you're the inconvenience if you
Yeah.
move as well. Yeah,
If I fits, I sits.
she's the same. She's have a thing of jumping in bags and boots whenever somebody bring them around. And obviously she got bigger, and at one point she'd just dive in a boot and like her legs would be like out like a slinky as her head was inside the boot.
Yeah.
She's like such a bad cat in the sense of being a cat.
Yeah.
The amount of things she'll like lie on things and just fall off all the time.
Oh God. So what games have you been playing lately then? Obviously I've seen you been playing Back for Blood, which is pretty much Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, it's like a spiritual successor to it.
Yeah.
I'm having a lot of fun on it, to be fair. Like I said, I just played it before this. But yeah, me and my friends always liked Left 4 Dead, both 1 and 2. Like, it's a lot of fun and always replayability as well, with it being random spawning.
Mm.
And this does seem like, I was saying to them, it's sort of like how you'd expect Left 4 Dead to be if it came out this generation anyway.
Yeah.
Like, the way games have improved and stuff, there's a lot more sort of replayability with the deck system they got, which is sort of like perks that you can unlock and replace and stuff, and have it set up for different loadouts, and they're quite in depth.
Mm.
And so yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I've only played a little bit so far after we played the demo together a couple of times, but
Is
it's
it
pretty
uh
good.
is it on Game Pass?
Yeah, it is. That's exactly where it got. Game Pass have done me so much favors
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's always coming up with a decent game when you're bored.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Um, been playing For Honor naturally because that's always going to be my main game. I'll always be back on and off that because that's the one where it's just the best game in the world.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, and have been playing a little bit of Civ 6 as well. Just like just kick back and play that sometimes with friends as well because there's a cool little hot seat mode on there.
Yeah. That's pretty good. Yeah.
Oh, been playing loads of Halo as well because I was so pumped for Halo 5 after the beta. So unbelievably pumped. Just been smashing out Master Chief, trying to do all the campaigns, solo legendary.
I know. I had the invite for the beta test.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I saw it. I was like, I need to sort out that right now.
it was good. It was really, really
Yeah, I
good.
really, really enjoyed it.
I would definitely say it is a good balance between Halo Reach and Halo 3.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that as well.
Yeah.
I saw an article come up earlier saying exactly the same thing. Like, why is it drawing these comparisons?
Mm-hmm.
And it is because you haven't lost that feeling of, jumping around. It's
Yeah.
Halo 3 was never clunky,
Yeah.
but more, I guess, robust. And they've
Yeah.
done that without making it fall behind as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could talk about the beta for ages. I thought it was excellent, real fun.
I know, I'm not really looking forward to it. I haven't been this excited for
Yeah,
Halo games since Halo Reach.
I'm apprehensive. Oh, I know, Reach blew my mind. We were talking about it the other day where they were like, "Oh, we've got a game engine that can have like 40 enemies on at one time,"
Mm.
and all of that was amazing at the time, like so crazy. But yeah, I'm a bit apprehensive for the campaign because I was hurt with Halo 5 because the campaign on that I found really hard to play through. Not because of the difficulty, just enjoyability. It sort of killed it a bit for me.
Eh,
And also
yeah.
the firefight mode wasn't as good as firefight either.
Yeah.
So I was a little taken aback, but it looks like they've sort of seen what they did
Yeah.
wrong-ish, if that's the right opinion, and then brought it back just the right amount, I think. So yeah, I'm like a little
Well,
kid on
if
Christmas.
the multiplayer is anything to go by, I have
Yeah,
no doubts for the campaign. I really am looking forward to it.
absolutely.
First
I've
thing I'm
been
going to be
telling the
doing as soon as I
boys.
get it, straight on Legendary, straight on
Oh
the
yeah,
campaign,
yeah.
and that's what I'm
There's
doing.
no point going through it on normal. We're not here to play games. Well, actually,
No, we're not.
we're not.
We're here to
How
prove to
brutal
ourselves
is
that we're good. Yeah,
we're with the Halo 2 campaign legendary now. We're going through it on the Master Chief Collection.
ruthless.
My friend just went the Jackals. I was like the Jackals
One shot
out of
anyway.
nowhere.
Yeah.
Literally, heartbreaking.
The only way to get through it is if you've memorized where they all spawn.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's just the amount of times you get killed.
Yeah. Right, he's gonna be over there, and he's gonna be over there. Right, okay. Yeah, that's good. Been anywhere nice lately?
Not lately, because there's been this like illness going around.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so lockdown's not much. But no, actually, I've just not been anywhere interesting in a while.
Oh,
Sorry, that is not a fun answer.
no. I went down to Porthcawl the other week
Yeah,
for that. It was the Elvis weekend.
you a fan? Well, I guess yeah. If you went down for the Elvis weekend, you're a fan of Elvis.
Yeah, we didn't go for the whole weekend. We only went down there for the day.
Yeah.
But it was fun. We started drinking from like 9 o'clock in the morning.
Rough. But then
But we we
whenever
stopped
you're in like
drinking
a holiday,
around 3, and then sobered up by about 6. And our bus to come home
whenever
wasn't until like 10:30.
yeah,
So it was just like we just sort of wandered around for a bit, had some food and ice cream, and yeah,
time works differently when you're on holiday anyway.
yeah. It was more just a day out. Really, I wouldn't even say it was much of a holiday. But it was fun though. It was good.
That's good.
Hearing the same songs on repeat though was a bit did get a bit
Yeah,
repetitive. Same
I
6 songs
I
all the time.
I don't think I'd enjoy it. We've got a little bit of an inside joke in the house with Elvis being like held up to this sort of. There was a young man explaining to one of my housemates who's a classical singer who's been doing it for years and is in uni doing it now, and she's amazing.
Hmm.
And then one time this guy was telling her, "Oh, so do you sing every day?" And she's like, "Oh no, I don't sing every day because it kill my throat." And he's like, "Oh, you're supposed to sing every day." So to her, it needs just done his A levels like in music, and she's like, "You're really not." And he's like, "Oh, Elvis used to." And so now, if any of us is chatting a little bit of shit, like Elvis used to.
Brilliant. I know they kept playing bloody Sweet Caroline. I'm like, oh yeah,
Ah,
that famous Elvis song. I'm like, Sweet Caroline. Yeah, yeah, he sang this, didn't he?
I remember that. Yeah, live in Barry Island.
Oh, I've actually been meaning to ask you, like, because all of a sudden I noticed that you were doing a lot of bar work stuff and like a lot of cocktail making, and I just wondered, how did you get into that?
Ah, I honestly, I think it was when I met a sister at 16, and she at the time worked in a little bar in Pontypridd, nothing special. But I was really interested in like the cocktail making because you know there's literally you can make a cocktail for anyone with the
Mm.
ingredients because it's just put things you like in a glass, a
Yeah,
little bit more, but like that's essentially it.
yeah.
And ended up getting a job that got me sort of into like rum in this rum bar, and that sort of worked on like the tiki side of cocktails, and I'd
Mm.
worked in a hotel before that where it was like sort of the classics but modernized or changed a little bit.
Yeah.
And then yeah, just sort of bar to bar, got to learn all these different drinks, and worked in some really good ones then. And with some of them, I got to go around and we'd do like takeovers in other bars, and they'd come and take over our bars, so we'd sell each other's drinks.
Oh,
And that was a really cool chance just to not only see this bar and see the bartenders and have fun, meet the community, like, but also to experience every night out there as well, because every city with the bartender sort of circle you get there, it's such a distinct character usually.
yeah.
Cardiff's particularly my favourite because the best thing about Cardiff is any bar to any bar is about 15 minutes away, and so everybody knows each other because it's a very small, compact city, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or at least the town centre is. And so yeah, everybody knows each other, and you can literally walk down certain streets on a sunny day, and you'll find people to hang out with, from them working or you drinking in the same bars at the same time.
Man. Huh. Is it good fun?
It is. I mean, uh, it is a bar job at the end of the day, so there's a
Mm.
lot of hours. But if you like don't have a problem in working nights, it can be so much fun and so rewarding as well
Yeah.
because you can literally make people's nights just out of a drink, and it surprises me every time. We do a drink that for us would be like, oh, that's quite simple, like a French martini, say, which is like raspberry and vodka and pineapple juice. They drink that, and some people are like, oh, it's the best drink I've ever had. What's it called? I remember this. It's delicious. Or you'll do a master class,
Mm.
and then like 2 years later, somebody's like, oh, I remember you. You did a master class with me, and we talked about this.
Yeah.
So it's really cool just to have the chance to like sort of make people's nights as well. But it's so much fun trying all the different ingredients and methods to make cocktails, and like brands are always bringing out new expressions or new modern twists, or just even like older whiskies coming out again and again. It's a really exciting and always changing place to be.
Yeah. Good. Well, would you like to make my night with a cocktail?
Now we could try our best. What have we got?
Well, the ingredients I got in my house. So I'm just gonna tell you what I've got, and you've got to try and come up with a cocktail for me.
Okay.
Right. So I have Penderyn whiskey,
Yeah. Excellent. What expression?
the Celt. It's the Celt one.
Oh, I'm good, that one.
It's quite nice.
Cool.
It's quite nice. I haven't got a lot. I got
It's
ice.
fine.
I got lemon.
You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised what you can stick in a cocktail. Honestly,
Okay. I got cheapy, crappy diet roller cola. I wish I had proper Coke or Pepsi, but I guess that'll do if you include it. Oh, we got Parma Violet Gin.
Ooh, naughty.
What else? I don't like Baileys. We got Grenadine, coffee liqueur, lime cordial.
Do you have any eggs?
We have. Have we got eggs? We got eggs, right? We got one egg.
Well, that's perfect for one cocktail.
Perfect for one cocktail.
Oh, we could probably stretch it to two if you could both want one.
Got blue curacao.
Oh, perfect. Blue
Perfectly.
curacao,
Okay.
it is a very okay tasting ingredient, but it makes drinks blue. And there are two kinds of drinks. There's blue drinks and there's disappointing drinks.
I'm gonna eat the shaker.
Mm. Honey, we're gonna need the shaker.
Yeah, we're gonna eat the shaker.
Things are about to get blue. Excellent. So that's covered
Right.
in.
So what do I need?
Okay. Well, you'll need an egg,
Okay.
shaker,
Egg.
um, ice.
Ice.
Just put some in the shaker. Have you got a strainer for the shaker and everything?
Have we got a strainer? The shaker. Do we have the strainer? If we can find it.
It's no issue if not. We'll work around it.
Okay.
Um, Excellent. Lemon. And now,
Lemon.
with the drink, because at the end of the day, you're going to be the person drinking it. We want to make you a drink. We could do something like a whiskey sour, which is an old classic.
Okay.
If you really like the expression Penderyn you're drinking, it's like it'll be whiskey, lemon juice, sugar syrup, and egg white. Sugar syrup is super easy to make as well. We'll get that out of the kettle. Needs to probably boil a little, but um, it's sort of the myth is it's what like sort of farmers in Texas were drinking at the time because I guess a lot of drinks at the time were made out of necessity when it came to cocktails like daiquiris, rum, lime, and sugar because rum, lime, and sugar is all around there, and then you've got like I say these whiskey sours because there's
Yeah.
chicken farms and stuff like that. So they had the eggs, they had the whiskey, and put them together. And because egg white's one of my favorite ingredients in the cocktail because it's an emulsifier and it like breaks down into all the proteins of the drink. And if you ever see a drink that's got like a really distinct foam on the top,
Yeah.
it's probably egg white, and it just brings all the smell all the way through of the drink. It's just like a sort of welcoming part along with the texture then as well.
I've I've never yeah, I've never had a raw I've never eaten raw egg.
oh, see, you're gonna love this because it doesn't taste like anything.
Yeah.
It's like I say, brings up the rest of the drink, and it's just
Okay.
so good. I was hoping you'd do it because like I was like, oh, I hope we get to do a sour because I love chicken egg because it's just at one point every drink I was making was yeah, you want to make it a sour? Every sour, just make five different kinds of sours because you can do it with anything.
Oh, got me there.
Liqueur like Disaronno sours, Chambord sours.
We have a little
Ooh, bar mat.
bar mat, yeah. It's yours in it, babe. Tasha's bar. Tasha's more of a cocktail maker than I am, so
That's okay too.
right, we'll move this out of the way for now. Right, make some room here. That's probably like that. Okay. Okay. Sorry, can I bug you some more? Can you put ice in there? I need lemon and the egg. Uh, was it the whiskey? Is it?
Yeah, well, what are you sort of in the mood for? Do you want something that brings out like most of the whiskey, or would you prefer something a little like tropical tiki style, a bit more citrusy? You've got that Palmer Violet gin you mentioned as well, so we like work off
Okay, yeah,
what
yeah.
sort of thing you want the base.
More citrusy then. We won't go whiskey. I'll keep that as it
Okay,
is.
excellent. Okay, so we've got blue curacao, which is excellent because that means I can make you drink blue as well, and
Blue
blue
curacao.
sour's another level.
Okay.
Um, So the spirit we could use with that, like you said, you had Palmer Violet gin as well as a spirit. You got any other liqueurs or anything?
Um. We need the juice of the lemon bibs to just I don't know, just cut it in half or something. Um. Any other liqueurs?
or just any other sort of ingredients you really want to chuck in alcohol-wise that we can sort of balance out.
We need a Palm Violet gin.
Yeah,
Um,
that'll do. Yeah, blue violet drink. We'll just balance it there.
that'll do, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay, I'll do. Blue Curacao and Palm Violet gin. Yeah. No vodka. No.
I mean, if you prefer the vodka to the gin, you can put it in. Vodka. What's good about vodka in cocktails is the term is like it chameleons because it brings on the other tastes of everything else. So
All right.
like,
Okay.
if you have vodka and cherries, it'll taste like cherries rather than if you say put gin in it, you'll still always get that juniper botanical taste.
What kind of glass?
Um, the good thing about sours is it doesn't matter so much. Do you want it with or without ice is going to be the main thing. I prefer mine with, but a lot of people prefer it without. Just whatever sort of you
With
want to go
ice.
for. Okay, so you want like a whiskey tumbler sort of thing,
Whiskey tumbler.
just like a rocks glass. You'd have a
I have just the tumbler. No.
excellent.
Just use the ices in here, right?
Oh yeah, you can use it. Well,
No.
you should put two different types of ice, but then at the
Yeah.
same time,
She knows.
the argument is about how much water you want to waste and stuff.
Okay.
And especially when you're at home, you don't have the same freedom you do in a bar where you just tip out all your old ice
Yeah.
and get all the fresh ice from down in front of you.
Okay.
But yeah, so we're gonna make a sour because sours are great.
There we go. Okay.
The only other prep you're gonna need is we're gonna make sugar syrup as well. So sugar syrup's real simple.
Sugar syrup.
It's just hot. Yeah, it's just hot water and sugar.
Hot water and
But
sugar.
having
Thank
the
you.
sort of
She's
a
on
huge one with cocktails, especially the sort of like citrusy shaken sours like we're talking now, is there's always a balance between like the citrus and the sweet.
Yeah.
And having both like a sugar syrup or grenadine. You know what? We could use grenadine instead, actually.
Oh, just use grenadine instead.
That'll be easier, yeah.
Yeah,
Save you making the sugar syrup. You'll have a nice purple drink then as well by the end of it. Purple
yes,
Palmer
matches
Violet
the
drink.
theme. Going for the purple colours. Yeah. Huh? Grenadine. Oh, yeah. Yes. I'll take a quick picture just to document this moment. And I'm also going to check on my Instagram now. Okay. Oh, why is it gone sideways? No. I don't want to go sideways. Right. I'll do it. Here we are. Making cocktails live. Okay. Right. Yeah, so I'll have to get rid of the egg yolk, wouldn't I?
Yeah, but that's easily done.
Okay.
I would for this drink, but you can have drinks with the egg yolks in there as well, called Phillips, and Phillips can be delicious. Some really nice Phillips.
Okay.
But yeah, just because the egg white is the one with all the protein.
All right. Okay. Right. Let's begin.
Have you got a measure?
Yes.
The bomb. Excellent. So can I just have a look? Yeah, so that looks like a 2040 one.
Yeah,
So,
I believe it is. Yeah.
excellent. First thing you want to do is put in the cheaper ingredients because then if something goes wrong, you can just start again and you haven't wasted a shot of your main spirit, which would be a gin.
Okay.
So Um, you only want to put a slither of grenadine in there, so not even measure it. Like
Right,
if
okay.
you just dribble a little bit into the shaker,
Let's have a go.
uh,
A
with
little
it being
bit.
such a deep red color as well, if
Yeah.
you put too much in, the drink will come out black.
Yeah. Right, literally I just put
But yeah,
like a drop. It was like maybe a
that's all
teaspoon,
you'll
half
need.
a teaspoon.
The spirit that we're using and the syrup is quite like light and sweet anyway, so it's not gonna matter.
Yeah,
With the lemon juice, because you don't have a squeezer, it's no issue.
that's fine.
Um, just squeeze it in with your hand into the tin, get as much of that juice out as you can.
Doesn't matter if the seeds go in it,
Uh,
does it?
yeah, no, because
No.
we'll strain them out
Yeah,
by the
exactly.
end.
Go on, try not to get on my desk.
This is house party rules, not bar rules, of course.
Yeah. So just how much am I putting in?
Ideally, you'd want sort of between like 15 mil to 25 mil, so a shot and just under. But it can depend on preference and what spirit you're using. I hopefully you can get about a shot out of that, which is what I'd say hand squeezing average lemon.
Yeah. This is half a
But
lemon.
with lemons, this because obviously they're all different sizes and shapes, it can be hard to moderate.
Yeah. I'd say this is your average size lemon, and I've got just half of one at the moment. So I need the other one as well.
Okay. Yeah, well, have a little bit, just because we're using some extra sweet spirits.
Ooh. Let me get some kitchen roll. Oh wait, she's already on it. I've already made a mess.
Clean as you go, mate.
Yeah. Thank you. Right. Okay. Right, I've squeezed that half in there.
Excellent. Now we'll stick in the blue curacao.
Okay.
And you want to do, I'd say about 15 mil.
Right.
So
Okay.
with your smaller end of the jigger,
Yeah.
you want it to go just about a teaspoon underneath what would be full.
Oh, there. You can see that.
Yeah, looks good to me.
Yeah. It's like half a centimeter from the top.
Yeah, perfect.
Right, straight in.
Straight in.
Okay. I love blue curacao.
Yeah, so much fun.
It's
I,
like
I love any drink that changes the color of the drink.
yeah,
Midori is personal secret love of mine because turns
Midori.
drinks green and tastes like melon.
Yeah,
Like, what more could you want?
Midori is lovely. We ran out of that, didn't we? Yeah. Okay. Yep, that's in.
Right. Now, with the egg white,
Right. Okay.
separate the egg, just sort of crack it on the side. And I don't know if you ever separated yolk from egg white before.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, excellent.
I'm an adept cook.
Oh, well, there we are then.
This is why I was, when you said egg, I was like, yeah, that's fine. I wasn't worried. I'm more worried about making the mess, if anything, on my desk, so I should be okay.
Yes,
Cheers.
making cocktails right next to your expensive computer. What could go wrong?
um. Alright, okay. Cracked it. There we go.
Hello?
Oh God. Shit. Whee! Messy, messy, messy. So washing my hands after this. I just realized I'd done. I should have probably done it over the mixer. It's fine. I can scoop it up.
It's all good.
Come on. Right. Go there, Mr. Yo.
There's there's with egg white, a lot of bars are tending to use vegan replacements and stuff now.
Oh, right,
Because
yeah.
obviously, it doesn't need to be animal based. Like there's some really good foaming agents out there. I've
Yeah.
had some really good. Miss Better's have a really good one. I've had a really good sour with aquafaba before and a little bit of foaming agent, and that made a really nice texture as well. And it's all about bringing up the smell and the taste without
Right.
adding a taste in there, if that makes sense.
Yeah. She's looking at me with such disappointment right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pour it in.
Still counts.
Yeah, that's in. No, I'll keep it for the eggshell. You're right. I'll clean up after myself. Don't
That's a
worry.
far back job.
Ah, no, the yolk's
I
broke.
was gonna say.
Shit. Shit. Ah! Thank you. Blame Dylan,
Any
it was
bar
his idea to
managers
use
out
the
there
egg.
are watching.
Right. Okay. Right. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're back on track
We're
now.
all good?
We're good. We're good.
Alright. So, because we've only got like a little bit of alcohol in right now, we want to put in your main spirit. Because it's Parma Violet gin, I'd say I'd usually use a bit more, but I don't want the because it's such a strong violet taste, it to overpower everything else.
Okay.
So what you want to do is about 30 ml, which if you have the larger end
And do about
and you want to come,
2/3.
yeah, that's sort of just off the top, but say about like a centimetre about.
Okay. There we are. There we go. Okay.
Okay. Now with your shaker, because it's a close-ended one, but we want a good form, you're gonna have to really shake it hard. Doesn't There's some people who get funny about shaking, but realistically, with a shake, all you need to do is shake a drink really well, really hard rather, for about 5 to 8 seconds.
Just
And the key thing is using all your arms. So just if you hold it to your chest, I used to remember it, give
like
the thumb
that.
up to yourself and your little finger on the bottom to face everyone else.
Like that?
And then yeah, just sort of stretch your arm out just like that. Bring it into your chest and get up. That's it. But nice and hard. Keep you bending the elbows and straighten the arms. There it is.
There we go. Okay. This is cold.
Yeah, that's good. That's it. What we're shaking for. Because when you shake, it's a lot of dilution and drops the temperature a load as well and aerates the whole drink.
Okay.
That should do you.
Yep.
Yeah. There's nothing like a busy bar night on a cocktail station and you getting icebergs on your hands or like they're all stinging every time you shake because you
Oh.
make too many margaritas.
Gee.
Yeah, it's what you get used to, definitely.
Right. Pop the lid off.
Right. Yeah, take the lid off.
The whole
You
thing.
want to be careful
Just
you
the...
don't. Well, take just the top off if it works well enough. That works as a primary strainer then.
Yeah.
Because you're serving it over ice, you don't need to double strain it or anything.
Okay.
So pour that in, and hopefully what we'll get is like a nice thick white foam. Well, I say thick, it should just be like the same sort of viscosity all the way through. And it's purple as well, which is exactly the colour we wanted.
It's a it's a very diluted purple. Ouch. But purple nonetheless. So let's get some more foam. There we go. There we are.
And that'll bring all the smells out as well. And when a drink comes to you, the
Oh.
smell is like the second interaction almost because you see it in the garnish and that can give you preconceptions. But yeah,
I made a cocktail. It's all that.
And like I say, that white foam then, that's the egg white that's just broken down and
Yeah.
and
What do
it's
you
really
think?
good. If you have a sip, you should get a nice like sort of mix of foam and the drink.
That's a really good purple. Oh, see, as it's come up. Oh, I think it was just the light. No, it is quite purple. It's the RhysCDC.
There we go. That's sick. Have a try, see if you like it. Be funny if you don't.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Excellent. You can never go wrong with a sour, to be fair. I love sours. And you can stick anything in them.
Oh my god. That might be my new favourite cocktail. And I made it! Holy shit, that's really good.
Excellent.
That's actually really, really nice. That is delicious. Wow. That Parma Violet comes through really well as well.
Yeah, like having the sweet and the sour makes such a difference to a cocktail as
Yeah.
well. If you didn't have the lemon juice and the grenadine in there, it would almost taste like thinner, and adding more ingredients will sort of bring out these other flavors in the
Mm.
main ingredients as well you don't usually get.
But having that, the egg white, that's really cool.
Yeah, honestly, it's such a good one to know because
Yeah.
it seems so obvious once it's done. What's
Mm.
really cool about eggshells as well is eggshells are porous. So if you were to say get like winter spices and put eggs in a jar of winter spice,
Yeah.
the egg would absorb the flavor, and then if you use the egg white or the whole egg in a drink, you'd have the taste of those winter spices, like or cinnamon or whatever you put it with.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I didn't realize either, and somebody told me I was like much the same reaction. Because yeah, just flavored form for drinks, and like I say, the texture when you're drinking, you've got like a nice deep drink with the light foam on the top. It's just so satisfying.
It is. It is very satisfying. Oh wow, what a another photo. Another photo. Do you want to taste this, babe? Go on, just have a little, just a little try. Just have a little taste. I want to get that purple. I want the purple to stand out more. I think. What would I do different next time? Because in some, it's quite translucent. It's not like.
Well, that's just a case of adding a bit more blue curacao or a bit more grenadine. The grenadine will make it a lot darker and take away some of the blue naturally. But you can get the shade right with that. Just messing around with it every now and then.
Could I add it now, or is it too late?
You could add it now. It would change the taste a little, so as long as you're expecting the balance to change, but a little bit of grenadine in there should do you.
Yeah, I want to get that color more purple.
You only put a little bit in, yeah.
Yeah, just a dab. Come on. There we go. Can't go wrong with grenadine. Give it a little stir. Yeah, so there's a bit more red tones in it now. That's me. Obviously, in front of my purple light, it looks more purple.
Grenadine is such a deep color changer as well.
Yeah.
You still only ever need a little bit because it's so strong tasting and so sweet. It's so delicious.
Mm. And just using that egg really elevates it.
Yeah, it's one like I say, one of my favorite cocktail ingredients, egg white.
Yeah. Oh man, that was actually like really really nice. Oh, I've never made a cocktail like that before. You know, it's usually at parties like Tasha makes the cocktails. She really
Yeah,
enjoys making them, and she is good at making them. But yeah, no, for me to make my own, I like it.
oh, I'm glad you liked it. You seemed so chuffed at the end of it, so I'll take that.
I'm quite impressed, like considering how you just sort of came up with that on the spot.
Well, I mean, they're all pretty easygoing ingredients. But yeah, it is just like I say, getting a balance between the sweet and the sour. As long as you don't have too much overpowering anything, you're pretty safe to go with cocktails. You don't want to be
Mm,
sticking in lots of vodka or lots of gin just because it's stronger. Because
yeah,
if you want a nice tasting cocktail, like I say, it's all about not putting too much in,
yeah.
having the right balance.
Less is more.
Absolutely.
There we go. Oh gosh, excuse me. Ah, madness. Well, thank you so much for showing me how to do that.
No problem, man.
If I Would it be a sin to add a little bit of more blue?
Not if you're into it. This, the end of the day, like you're making a drink for yourself, so there's nothing you could do wrong.
I can't do nothing wrong. I can't do nothing wrong. Right. And a bit of a mixy wixy. Beautiful. Yeah, it's made it a bit darker.
Yeah, see, like I say, it changes the colour so quickly.
Doesn't it? Better though. Yeah.
How's the taste?
Still good.
Excellent.
Still really good. That's it now. From now on, I'm just going to be adding egg whites to all of my cocktails.
Mate,
It just really
you
elevates
can't go
it.
wrong.
Gives you some elegance to the.
Makes you fancy.
It does, yes. It makes it very fancy. Yeah, and it's got a name. I've named it the RhysCDC.
Big fan.
There we are. And there we have it.
And who doesn't want a purple drink that tastes like Parma violets?
Exactly. Exactly. Aren't you lucky that we had actually some decent cocktail making stuff in the cupboard?
Honestly, I'm lucky you had egg because and the shaker did fear me. I was like, well, if you don't have a shaker, we'll stir, and that'd have been a lot harder because you can't stir an egg white in. Well, unless you're very very quick, can't blender it.
No. No, we've had this. It's only a little one, like, but we've had this years.
Yeah, the little ones are really good actually because they dilute a lot quicker and stuff.
Oh.
So you can, yeah, because it's all about like, because there's less ice in the shaker, the temperature drops. Sorry, the drink will drop the temperature of the ice, and the ice will make the drink cold a lot quicker. So for a margarita, for instance, the margarita glasses are quite big, but a lot of it is just the shaking into it.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, and at some point, it's like, it'll just level out. But different shakers.
It's all to do with
sort of,
surface area, isn't it?
With the sours, you'd actually normally use so that's Manhattan shaker, but usually you'd use what's called a Boston shaker, which is like they look like two tins, or like a glass in a tin in some places, and they're usually better for sours because they let a lot more air in than the sealed ones. So there's a lot more air inside to sort of move around, and then that'll react with the egg white, and it'll make it a lot more sort of fluffy.
Yeah. Well, I'm chuffed with that.
Good.
And it's lovely. It is really, really good. Can't believe I made that. Crazy. It's got me thinking, like, what else can I do?
Ready to take on the world.
Yeah. Oh, mad. Do you have a favorite cocktail that you like to make for yourself?
It depends on the day, honestly, but there's always going to be a soft spot in my heart for a daiquiri because I think it's just the most ordered cocktail I've done because it's tasty because it's just rum, lime, and sugar. So it's just really cold, really fresh rum taste, and it's really easy for a bartender to make as well. Even if it's busy, you can just sort of pour it all into the tin, shake and serve, shake, strain, and serve. But it's always going to taste banging unless it's been made really wrong. It's hard to make a daiquiri wrong because it's just so delicious.
So that's your cocktail of choice, is
I
a
think,
daiquiri.
yeah. If anybody ever came up and said, "Oh, I bought you a daiquiri," I'd never be unhappy.
I don't think I've ever had a daiquiri.
You can't go wrong. Strawberry daiquiris are obviously very, very popular and stuff when you get the frozen ones.
Yeah.
But a classic daiquiri is just like a double rum, single lime, half the sugar, shake it up, and it's phenomenal. It really is, and it brings out like the subtler things in white rum that you wouldn't obviously get through having like a rum and coke or even like a tiki drink, because there's so much more ingredients. Whereas, like Bruce, keeping it simple can sometimes be amazing. A martini, for instance, like is two ingredients, but it's make or break on how you make it.
Yeah. Fair. Yeah, martini. That's another one I've never tried. I've never tried martini.
Yeah, I mean that's fair enough. These are sort of older drinks. You know, the rumor is that like the martini was sort of the not Broadway, Wall Street sort of drink of choice,
Mm.
and you're supposed to drink it in three sips.
Yeah.
But some gins I think make some banging martinis, and you can get some really nice vodkas as well that make a martini. But I think the most important, and everybody likes theirs so specifically that it's hard to make a general martini, like
Yeah.
because that's what I'm saying. With it just being the two ingredients, then there's a lot more room for people to have a preference with
Yeah.
how they like it. Whether it's dirty or dry or lemon, whatever sort of thing they're after.
What's the dirty one?
As the dirty is with olive brining.
Ah, olives.
Um,
Right. Yeah, I don't
yeah,
like olives. Hate them.
that's fair enough. I was trying to explain to my friends the concept of a pickleback recently, which is delicious, and it's literally a shot of bourbon and a shot of pickle juice.
Oh, okay.
And oh no, you just take them one after the other, and it's so nice. It makes the bourbon taste really like sort of sweet and easy going, and then with the pickle juice, yeah, just I don't know, I can't even explain how good it is. It just activates all the right places in your tongue and in your heart.
Oh, we got pickles.
Honestly,
We got pickles in the cupboard.
oh, I mean, you could not do wrong. Honestly, you can have a pickleback with almost anything as well. Bourbon's really good.
So,
You've got that whiskey.
well, do those two together taste nice. The whiskey and the
Yeah,
pickle
I
juice.
reckon. Yeah, make a tasty pickleback.
So what?
I'm a
What?
big fan of
So you just do a
picklebacks,
shot
so.
of the pickle juice and then a shot of the whiskey.
Yeah, I might, it's been a while. I might have the order the wrong way around, so I'm gonna double check that.
Okay.
But oh yeah,
I
they're just really good.
imagine. I imagine it's the whiskey first.
It is the whiskey first, thought
Yeah.
so.
It's
But
like you
yeah,
don't
have the
want to do the
whiskey.
pickle juice. No
Oh,
one's gonna be like, I'm not doing the pickle juice first. They'll do the whiskey first because it sort of takes the edge off the pickle juice because pickle juice is
yeah,
strong. You know.
it sort of assaults your tongue a bit as well,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
obviously all the alcohol is still. But then like I say, you put that pickle juice in, and oh. Yeah, so I was doing this good a job, I think, at explaining them because I just kept getting distracted with how good picklebacks are, and you
That's
can
good
pickle
though.
anything as well. So I've had like picklebacks which were like tequila and kimchi
Oh, I love
sort
tequila.
of juice. Yeah,
I love
can't go
tequila.
wrong with
I
tequila.
love tequila. Other than the cocktail I've just made, one of my
Yeah.
favorite go-to cocktails is the tequila sunrise.
Oh, I can't go wrong, and it's a nice easy one as well.
Yeah.
I got so much time for an easy cocktail.
So what is it? It's orange juice, grenadine, and tequila.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
but if it ain't broken, don't fix it.
Yeah.
There's a really nice cocktail I like. It's similar called a Harvey Wallbanger,
I've
and
heard of that one.
the
I've
only
never
thing is,
tried it.
yeah, so that's similar in the sense it's orange juice grenadine, whereas vodka and Galliano or vanilla liqueur. And it's just
Ah.
really, I was crazy about it when I was like 18 and started cocktail bartending. I was like, this is amazing.
Harvey
Why am I not
Wallbanger.
always drinking this?
Ah,
And it's quite funny because you'll get levels of bartending where sort of, you've just started your cocktail job and you're getting into all, your sex on the beaches and your woo-woos and stuff like that and your porn star martinis. And then you get to a bit where, you think you're too good for that because, you're learning all this advanced stuff. You're making classics like mojitos and daiquiris and martinis and stuff.
yeah.
But there are the people who have been in even longer than that, who just sort of know the game in and out, fiercely defend having their woo-woos and their porn star martinis and their sexes on the beach because they're delicious.
Yeah. Yeah. If it ain't broke.
Literally.
Yeah. I mean, you can't go wrong with them cocktails. I do like a woo woo.
I used to love making woo woos because it's so easy to make as well. It's literally spirits, cranberry juice,
Yeah.
and so whenever people couldn't decide what to drink, in a sense, they go, "Oh, what's your strongest drink?" or "What's your most expensive drink?" or
Hmm.
"What's the cheapest drink?" It'd always be woo woo every time because nobody's ever going to be upset they got a woo woo.
No.
Tastes delicious.
Yeah, it does taste good. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, cocktails are deadly. Because you think,
Yeah,
it's
they
only
can
like
be.
one spirit that goes into it. What harm could it do? Be mixing in with everything else, then you don't realize how much it hits you, and it hits you pretty quick.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I mean,
Like, I'm not
uh,
gonna lie, I am a bit of a lightweight, and I can already sort of feel the effects of this shit.
yeah, all the warming and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, Thing is, a shot of spirit, 40% spirit is a unit of alcohol, pretty much bang on. So there is you always have to take it in account, and you don't want to ever make a drink that's got like too much alcohol, not just for the taste, but there's also the responsibility of not getting everyone mashed who you're giving it to.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's sort of like having a glass of wine, I guess, but because they're
Mm.
cocktails and they don't taste like wine, they taste like fruit juice or
Yeah.
whatever. It can be absolutely lethal, like I say, and just smashing through them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But at
What?
least you're
Yeah.
hydrated with all the juice.
Exactly. And vitamin C, very good for
That's
you.
5 a day, isn't it?
Yeah. I get my 5 a day. Mm. I love it. You know what? I feel like I had the perfect ingredients, right down to the glass. Like, this is such a lovely glass.
It is a nice glass.
Yeah.
Oop,
Look at that. It looks a lot darker on the camera,
yeah.
but it is, in certain light, it does look purple. Like when I hold it away in the middle of the room, yeah, it's dark. It's on the darker side, but I can see purple in it. But if I put it under my light, which is quite an orangey light,
Yeah.
it does make it sort of go like a very opaque purple. You know, you can see like hints of red in it, but yeah, it's
Yeah,
perfect. Mm.
I've used grenadine and blue curacao when before when I'd started making cocktails, 'cause I wanted to make a nice purple, and I could never get the balance quite right, and it was always like a navy blue or a black cocktail by the end of it.
Yeah, I know, because like I said, grenadine is very strong. Like it does,
Yeah.
cause it's thick and it's sugar essentially.
Well, yeah, it is syrup.
Yeah, so the blue curacao is a bit thinner.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is hard. Yeah, I
With the
feel
blue
like
curacao as well.
yeah,
You can get blue curacao liquor and
yeah,
like the blue curacao syrup as well. So if you
uh,
wanted to have something low ABV, you could keep it like that.
yeah. You'd think it'd be like one portion each, like 1 to 1.
Well, that's the thing is spirits are so different to liqueurs. Liqueurs, I think, like the way I look at them, is they meant to modify a cocktail? Like you add in a liqueur to a spirit,
Yeah.
and you always start with like what do you want and what spirit do you want to make it with. And when I say what you want, I mean why is this cocktail existing? Like, is it you want it to be really tiki and fresh and have it on a nice sunny day, or do you want it to be something you sit down and sip that kicks you in the back of the throat and stuff like that? And liqueurs could always be a nice little way to really mess around with spirits that usually are quite strict. Even like whiskies and brandies and stuff like that. You can make some really tasty cocktails just by adding one or two things.
Yeah. Hmm. I swear, that's the thing with cocktails. The possibilities are endless.
Yeah, and because
It's a
they've
lot
been
like
going on for
cooking
so
in a way.
it is a lot, and there's always comparisons drawn between like the cocktail bartending and the chefing. Chefs, in my opinion, they tend to they're ahead of bartenders in the game of like being on top of avant-garde techniques and really pushing what you can do with taste. Because the chefs, they work with all kinds of food rather
Yeah.
than just the food that makes you drunk. But
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of bartenders who'll switch jobs quite a lot of the time. I know plenty of bartenders who are really, really good cooks who work in bars, and then there are also people who chuck stuff in their food, like different wine or spirit or bitters and stuff like that, because they'll know it tastes and it just comes together beautiful. Like,
Mm. Oh, I got something just like that. A bit of lemon. That's the issue with straining it with your hand, squeezing it with your hand. Oh, a bit like lemon got stuck. There we go. I'm good.
that's quite funny.
Oh, good. Yeah. I actually, I think, thinking back, I did want to get into, mixology at one point. Bartending, even if it was just doing a course on it.
Yeah, I personally, I've got gripes with the word mixology
Oh, right.
because
Okay.
not just because I think that like there is a definite mindset in some bartenders where they just get really into the job, and there's nothing wrong with that per se. But it can come out to the customer's detriment because obviously the customer doesn't know as much about it as you because that's
Yeah.
your job, that's what you're supposed to know. And so the cat's flying around trying to catch things. So yeah, sort of, you don't want to leave the customer short. And at the end of the day, it don't matter if you work in like the American bar in the Savoy or like the pub down the road. Uh, it's all about you just get people drunk. Like your job is to make drinks for people, and that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that because drinks are banging, and like I say, you can make people's nights, and there's so much really interesting history and drinks and alcohol to try.
Mm.
But people get lost in it sometimes because they've learned so much about it or whatever, and at the end of the day, it's just very much a thing of just you got to remind these bartenders or your mates or even I've been guilty every now and then is you make drinks. That's okay. That's all it is. Don't get so stressed and into it.
Do you have any any interesting facts about drinks or anything like that?
I mean, the odd one or two. The person who made the espresso martini is the same person who made the Bramble, a guy called Dick Bradsell. And they're both really delicious. He made a lot of different classic drinks. He was head bartender of the Savoy for a while, which I mentioned earlier, and that's this hotel bar in London
Mm.
that's got a huge reputation.
Yeah,
Um,
Tash have stayed in there before
yeah,
in Savoy.
but yeah, there's always brands will have loads of little facts, and sort of whenever they come round to your tasting, you'll be surprised what you learn on like the bottles, the brands, and stuff. Everything comes from away. There's also a lot of facts that people show on in that probably aren't facts, but it's all about marketing and selling and stuff. There's always rumors as well, like the amount I used to believe, like the rumor that the mojito was created because Francis Drake exploration team were getting scurvy, and that was like the local thing was lime. And chances are that's not the case, but it is really,
It's fun.
well, like, yeah.
It's a fun concept. Yeah. I think the only in terms of drink facts, the one I know is about Jack Daniels and that um his grandfather was Welsh.
Yeah, it was like his grandmother wrote the recipe for it.
Yeah.
Is so the story goes like, but yeah, we had a little look because one of the bars I worked in, the Dead Canary in Cardiff, they did a menu on famous Welsh people like Welsh idols and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we were having a look at that, and Jack Daniels was again one of those surprise ones. I was like, that's very very cool.
Yeah.
'Cause Wales, for a long time, it haven't had its own spirits and stuff until sort of recently.
Yeah, with
So it's nice
Penderyn.
to see these little throwouts and stuff.
Yeah. And Penderyn's nice, man. It's really good.
They do some really tasty expressions, to be fair.
Yeah, it's it's one of the few whiskies I can drink neat.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, because some of them I can't. Like it just doesn't go down right. Jameson I love. Just
Yeah.
that's triple distilled,
Well,
isn't
there's
it?
nothing wrong with having whiskey with some ice or with a little bit of water,
No, I
even if
know,
it's just
I
a
know.
couple drops.
Yeah, I have mine with ice. I have mine with 2 or 3 cubes of
Yeah.
ice.
I quite like if I'm ever trying a new spirit, like I'll try it at the first time at the tasting or wherever,
Yeah,
like just without ice. But then if I was quite interested in it, the next thing I'll do is I'll have it with ice or with a bit of water just to get all the taste and because it's like you got heavier taste,
yeah,
but then you use the water or the ice and it brings out a lot more sort
lighter.
of light
Yeah,
taste, yeah, and sort of takes the harshness away.
yes, that's what I like to do. I like to do that with mine
Yeah,
because especially the Celt one that I have can be quite harsh. So there's like obviously there's different variations in of the Penderyn
yeah.
whiskies. Yeah, I've tried Legend. That's nice. Um, but Celt at the moment is the one I got. And I've had them before and it
I'll
is
have to
lovely.
have a try.
What ones have you tried?
With the Pandaren,
Hmm.
I've only actually tried their older ones. So I tried the Red Flag, which would be the most new one, but I had the Sherry Wood, but that's been discontinued now. But that used to be tasty.
Ah.
The Peated and the Madeira cask.
Yes.
So it's sort of the flagship ones. I tried all them, and there was one we had in the Dead Canary, and there was not a whiskey in the Dead Canary. I don't think I didn't try when I was there. Like eventually, crazy about the stuff. It was a bar that had something like 300 spirits and like 150 of them were whiskey. It was amazing.
You think you could do cocktails with pumpkins?
Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah, like even with just the pumpkin itself, like you could make pumpkin syrup or pumpkin puree, depending on if you sort of blending it or that. You could. I've not done it with pumpkin as well, but like you can even use like the skin and stuff. You can use any sort of. There's so many modern techniques. Some like you'll find in cooking loads as well, so you'll know them like. But about different ways of extracting oil from like fruit zest, and there's a movement of creating as little waste as possible while bartending.
Hmm.
Being economically responsible and sustainable. And so there are some bars that literally there are zero waste bars where every ingredient is used completely.
Wow.
Yeah, whether it's in the cooking or whatever. And that's fair enough. Like, and with the littler bars, you really achieve some amazing things when you do it.
That's cool. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, no, yeah. I'll save this half a lemon. I'm not gonna chuck this out. Perfectly good lemon.
You make another sour with it.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, I haven't got an egg,
Oh.
so I can't.
Well, you don't need an egg for a sour, but they do make that foam.
Yeah, it's not the RhysCDC then.
Yeah, it wouldn't be.
Yeah. Frank Sinatra liked Jack Daniels with 2 cubes of ice.
Fair.
That was his drink. I know that one.
Jack Daniels has got some tasty expressions as well. I mean, I like JD for mixing with pork and stuff. Anyways, delicious. I've entered a couple of competitions with JD as well. Like, really messed around with the sort of what tastes you can emphasize
Yeah.
with JD. But yeah, just the vibe it's got goes so well with the taste. And
Orange goes nice
I
with
think
it.
there is an interesting fact I've got for you is obviously it's made in Nashville, Tennessee,
Yes.
which the town it's made in, I'm pretty sure, is a prohibition town, so you can't buy drink there.
Huh. I
Yeah,
think
and
no.
the,
I
the sort
think
of
you're
the
right.
main
I think I've
distillery
heard
stuff.
about this before.
Yeah, but
It's irony in
we've
it.
seen like I've gone to the seminar on JD before. It was really cool, and they were showing us like pictures of the because it's such a high volume. You'd think there is some sort of big factory pumping out JD, but the pictures they were showing us, it's like they just sort of big barrel houses built in the middle of that countryside, all the sort of same distance away from each other,
Yeah.
surrounded by grass. It's not, and so they're always looking at like there's so much history and stuff because the recipe's so old.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
rumor, I think that Jasper Daniels died from dropping a safe on his foot, and the infection became gangrenous.
Oh God.
So there's another fact. But like I say, these facts are dubious. Some are facts, some are stories that people have told.
Facts.
Yeah, absolutely. Pub facts are never facts.
Facts made by drunk people. It's never a good start.
Yeah.
I,
Especially when you wake up the next day like, I definitely said that wrong. That's not true.
yeah, and now like 50 people know it. It's
Yeah.
like no. That is good. So have you sort of stopped doing it or slowed down doing it now? Because I watched your
Well,
video the other day of you doing
yeah,
it to be a man.
yeah. Well, I took some time off because I needed to, and so I'm not working right now. But it was a friend was hosting a competition because competitive bartender is actually a thing, and there's the thing I used to organise with a friend in Cardiff as well. We used to run our own like cocktail competitions, and people used to come and compete, and it
Yeah.
was a lot of fun. And so he'd ended up doing one and needed a couple of entrants. And because I'm not working, I do have the time to sort of have a bit more fun. And it is sometimes sort of get a bit creative with the sort of comp entering that I never got to do as well when I was organising them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a bit of fun at the end of the day, especially with Cardiff's vibe to bartending as well. Everyone's just there, everyone's supporting each other, and it's just so much fun and all chilled out. So like, I entered that one, and the idea was sort of make a drink, but while dancing or performing to a song. And I've been practicing for weeks those tricks about throwing it down my back and stuff, and I've done it loads of times before. And as soon as it came to the day, I did two tricks and I messed them both up. But
I
it
know.
was
I,
really
I saw
funny.
you mess a couple of them up in the video.
Oh,
Yeah.
couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. Of course I did. I'm not surprised in any way. But
The thing
one of the
is,
bars I used to.
though, when you made that mistake, I knew that. Like, I knew you've done this 1,000 times before.
Oh, yeah.
And it is literally that moment. It's like, ah, shit. The moment that it counts and it messes up for
I was
whatever
buckled
reason.
under the pressure, clearly.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Where was that to them? What bar was that in?
I thought that was in Lab 22 in Cardiff. It's on Caroline Street, Chippy Lane.
Ah,
Personal, like one of my favourite. They do a really cool night.
Lab
But it was
22.
for a Portobello Road Gin competition.
Yeah. So me and Tash have been eyeing up is it the oh what bar is it?
The botanist?
The botanist. Yeah, that's the one.
You almost said the lobotomist, didn't you?
Maybe.
That would have been an excellent name for a bar, to be fair. The lobotomist. That's the name of a drink, surely.
I think it is. Probably is. This will
Will be.
blow your mind. Yeah, we wanted to go. No, it's the Alchemist.
Oh, the alchemist, fair enough.
Yeah, it came to me. There we go. The Alchemist. That's sort of yeah. We just found it online and it's like, oh, that looks nice. That's in Cardiff. So
Yeah, there's some really, really good bars in Cardiff. There's some ones that are like little sort of secret ish ones as well that you wish you'd known about before. And
mm.
there's so many new ones opening, and so it's really good time actually to be before the lockdown happened
Oh, yeah.
because everything was happening in
Well, you
Cardiff.
can go
Like,
back to them now. Like it's nothing.
well, yeah, that's exactly it, and we're already seeing like this competition happening. It was really interesting because there wasn't many competitions happening, and that was like one of the first ones getting things kicked off again and getting
Yeah.
things back to a bit of normality. Because with the lockdown and the different regulations and stuff, it's been a nightmare for all of my friends at bartend, just trying to find out where they stand and stuff and how they're going to manage the venue. Because even during the whole pandemic, like, they were closed and then they were
Yeah,
full. There was sort of yeah,
I know.
it's a bit of a nightmare. So it's nice to see things sort of coming back to a normal again.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's not completely back to normal, but
Oh
shouldn't
yeah,
shouldn't be
no,
too.
won't be for a
I think
while,
they're
but
waiting for Christmas. I think after Christmas,
yeah, I
it'll
think you might be right on that.
yeah,
But then November, December's always the busiest month for bars,
exactly.
and
That's what
January's always the quietest. So
that's why they're holding back, and I think.
yeah, the
But
big
but
December.
COVID though,
People
it
have
doesn't
got some
go to
things to
bars
work
and
through now.
pubs.
Yeah,
It doesn't. COVID don't like going to bars and pubs,
it's just can't. It's not old enough, is it?
Mm. Mm.
You look satisfied.
I've enjoyed every single sip of that.
That's really good. Good.
Oh, a couple of seeds did get in there. Whoops.
Yeah, usually you'd have a strainer, but
Yeah.
like the little tea strainers usually get.
Oh, I got that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That you could use as well. Just check it over the top.
Yeah.
But like I say, with lemons, usually you'd have pre-squeezed lemon juice or something if it was a bar. House parties,
Mm.
you just hope one of your bartender friends has a squeezer or a juicer. You can buy obviously just lemon juice in bottles as well, and that is the trick for cocktails. You don't need to they don't have to be fresh lemons that you juice or anything.
Yeah, yeah.
You can even get there was this one shop down the road that we got citric acid from, as in like acidic crystals. And what's
Mm.
fun about them is you can make perfectly clear drinks,
Oh,
and because like sugar syrup's clear, so is white rum, and so is citric acid, and you can get a balance right and have a perfectly clear daiquiri. So it's really cool then about like challenging how the mind perceives things as well, because drink and taste is so much more than just how it hits your tongue.
yeah.
Yeah, even like the volume of music has been proven to like affect how much people drink or how a drink tastes. It's why like you can go to a
Well,
bar and have a drink
that
and
makes
make the
sense.
exact same drink at home, and
It
it
won't.
doesn't taste as
No.
nice at home because you're
Yeah.
not in the bar where it's made to be nice. Like,
Yeah. It's all a
yeah,
psychological thing. It's like they say when if you could eat, say, I don't know, just a dish, a meal. You could eat that happy and it'll taste amazing. If you're sad and you
yeah,
eat it, it'll taste not as nice or
and
bland.
this understand so little about taste as well, and there's so much that affects it. You know this obviously because you're into your cooking,
Yeah.
but like, yeah, CZ and Boo Boo was one that really interested me, which is coffee tasting more bitter and more sweet depending on if a glass is clear, like a latte glass, or if it's because its sharp edges clear,
Yeah.
or if it's like round and opaque,
Yeah.
like a cappuccino cup.
Yeah.
And they taste more sweet and more bitter, respectively.
Same with wines. With red wines, it's usually you have a
Yeah,
deeper base to it. So, because red's supposed to be more fruity and they more sort of pungent in that sense. And whites tend to be a bit more shallow. I don't know why.
yeah, a bit more crisp and citricy,
But
citrusy.
it's also the same with champagne. You should always have champagne in a flute.
Yeah, yeah, that's to stop it going flat, though.
Yep.
Yeah, you can
That'll,
have champagne in discs. To be fair, that's the proper retro way of having champagne
in
in
what?
like coupettes, like champagne discs or coupettes. The Great Gatsby, he's holding one. It looks like a martini glass almost, but
Oh,
it's round.
okay.
Yeah, champagne discs. Yeah, the ones you can stack on each other and you make like champagne towers and stuff like
Oh,
that as
yes, yes,
well.
yes.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
I've never got into wine too much in champagne, but I do love a demi sec, which is awful because a demi sec is just like extra sugar in the champagne to make it sweeter. But some really nice demi-secs out there.
Well, I'm gonna get some more ice, and I'm gonna make another one.
See?
I'll do it without your coaching this time. See how I do.
No problem.
All right. That's the ice. Right. So I've got the egg this time, which is fine. But I have got a little bit of egg, and whatever's left in there, so I could.
Well, if you're shaking it, right? Like, I don't expect you'll have a nice thick foam like last time, but can't harm it being in there if you're making the same drink.
We'll see how it goes. Right. So, can't remember the order, but it was literally it was a dabble of grenadine, but because I wanted the more purple, so I'll put a little bit more in this time. So I'll do that. Okay. I'll do. Then it was the lemon, I believe. All right. Does it really
The
matter?
order's more of a habit for bars because you want to do the
Right.
cheapest product, so like, you don't wreck the drink if you do it wrong.
Okay.
Because bartending's easy enough to make mistakes. Like,
Okay. I didn't know if it was like a different order. Because like with some cocktails, there is an order, isn't there? Because of like the
especially when they're built sometimes and like
yeah,
floated on top and stuff like that, and that'll be a big one.
yeah, and it also depends on how quickly you put the drinks in as well can affect it, right?
Oh yeah, some how slow you do it. Floating shots is the one that like you get used to, and that is just about like letting it out as slowly as you can and against the glass because
Yeah,
it's the sugar at the end of the day that keeps it afloat. So it's like a trick you just sort of end up learning after doing it a couple of times.
yeah,
But everyone's got their own way of doing it as well, whether it's like going down a bar spoon or off the back of a bar spoon or having a speed pour up against the glass.
yeah. I think I've tried it before, and it was using the back of the spoon.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Get in there, lemon. Ah, messy stuff. Messy stuff. Okay, lemons in there. Egg. Again, doesn't really matter, but yeah. Where's the egg?
Again, the order's not so important, but I believe it was the blue curacao next,
Okay, and that
and then your
was
vodka
just
or
under
gin.
the full amount. It's mad that you remember all the measurements. Because after
Uh,
so many times of doing
yeah,
it.
again, everybody learns them in different ways, but most bartenders, it just comes to you make them over and over. Like these measurements aren't sort of specific; they're just estimates to what I think
Okay.
would taste nice with that sort of drink.
Yeah.
But when it comes to remembering how to make cocktails, it's just the case of you make it like 10 times a night for a week. You're gonna know how to do it every time.
So what is a true single and a true double?
Oh, so technically in Britain it can be 25 to 35 milliliters, but almost always it's 25 milliliter. So 25 milliliters a shot, and that's what you'll get in a normal like shot glass, and then 50 mil is a double, naturally.
Yeah.
But in Ireland, they still use or at least in Northern Ireland, they still use the 35 mil, and most places is standard. And so if you have a double, it's
70 mil.
75 mil,
So,
or 70 mil, which is just off the
yeah,
triple would be here. I came on the receiving end of that once,
I bet.
but yeah,
I was gonna say,
it's different everywhere you go.
isn't it illegal in bars over here to give people triples?
Yeah, it's because it's irresponsible and it's against sort of like licensing. So I'm not sure it's illegal as much as your bar would face charges. So more like an offence. But yeah, nobody ever needs that anyway. And even if they do, like for whatever reason,
I know, because like,
you there's a sort of a loophole. I'm
yeah,
not even
there
sure if it
is.
works or not, but yeah, you just serve a shot next to it.
Yeah, you do.
I
Yeah,
usually keep the bartenders out of any trouble if something does happen.
yeah.
But it's
Because
irresponsible too.
I've seen
So
that
you only
before. It was like I've seen someone go up to the bar and they're like, "Oh, can I get a triple of this?" And like, we can't give you triple. Sorry, you can give you a double and a
yeah,
single.
no,
And they're like,
no,
"Oh, we'll just do
no.
that then." And I've seen literally people.
Just talk pour in, yeah.
Yeah, they've had the double of whatever and the single, then just go, "Oh, okay."
But then that's completely then on their prerogative. Like the
Yeah,
bartender
yeah,
um didn't encourage them having a single. That shot could have been for later or for someone else. Like,
yeah.
is I guess the thinking behind it.
Is it like the same sort of rule of if you're like in a shop, if you're a shopkeeper and you have like gambling stations, like scratch cards, that sort of thing, you're actually not allowed to promote them
Oh,
because of
I didn't know that.
gambling sort of related issues.
It's most of the rules and legislation on bars is usually down to the safety of the guests and the bar staff. So like
Yeah,
it's more irresponsible to give people triples, because if you're giving people triples, it'll kill through your body. Like that's 3 units instead of like the one every hour compared to the single. And so the more drunk people get, obviously, the more dangerous situations it can put people in. When people are absolutely wrecked, there's all sorts of trouble, whether it be like fighting or throwing up or getting lost or whatever's happened.
yeah.
And so that's not good on a bar, and it's not good on any of the surrounding area either. So it's just sort of, yeah, we were all told not to do that and tried not to do it. It's like
Okay.
you get people who will order a drink at the bartender and just go, sorry, mate, you're too drunk. It isn't like because they want to be a knob to the person who's too drunk. It's just they're not safe to serve anymore.
No. Yeah, no, no, that's the same with
Yeah,
because I used to work in a spa in Astrid,
yeah, yeah, fair.
and yeah, if someone was drunk, clearly drunk, coming in and they wanted to purchase alcohol, we had every right to take the alcohol from them and just refuse to
Yeah,
serve them. Which is never fun when you have to do that because 9 times out of
no,
10 they all
absolutely
kick
not.
off.
Yeah, that's why it's handy to have bouncers in bars, but I don't imagine Spa had that luxury.
No, there's 2 members of staff on per shift. Oh yeah, I managed to do it.
You're not in a bad form, eh? Must have been the shake.
Must have been. Mhm. Still tastes good. Oh, that one's a bit more sour.
Maybe, like I say, with lemons, they're not exactly a consistent thing, especially if you're just cutting it in half and squeezing it.
Probably what it was.
Might just got a bit more juice on that side of the lemon.
Yeah, I think I did. Mind you, that's what I did. I used what was left out of the previous one.
Uh,
I added it to that.
yeah, to be fair, that is one we should have measured. But with hand squeezing and putting it into a jigger, I figured it'd just be easier to put in the tin. We live with it.
Yeah, no, it's
I
still
don't have to
nice.
drink it.
Hmm. That is the RhysCDC. Is it? Have I stolen a name? Have I just?
I don't believe so.
Is that one you've literally just made up?
Well, yeah, it's literally you had that stuff left over, and it's sort of like it's easy after a while knowing what tastes go with what, like
Yeah.
because we've just worked with them so much, and every time you make a drink, you give it a little straw test to see if it tastes okay,
Yeah.
and you just sort of end up picking it. It's just getting used to it. The same as with cooking. I could give you a look at my cupboard, and you'd be able to cook me a meal out of it.
Yeah.
Where I wouldn't see a meal, I just see different great foods like
Okay. What have you got in your cupboard and fridge?
yeah, uh, pizza right now, and that's for tonight.
There we are. Chuck that
But
in the
the food, yeah, job done. Wow, you're amazing.
oven.
How did you not?
Got any ham? Anything like that? Just chuck that on it too.
Oh, I couldn't spoil myself like that. Extra cheese,
Extra cheese, yeah. Oh, you love your cheese.
coffee.
So there we go then. You don't like cheese. So what about when it comes to pizza?
Well, like I say, I don't mind mozzarella so much, but only
Okay,
if it's a little mozzarella and it's all cooked up, so it doesn't taste like mozzarella.
fair enough. Fair enough. What about a cheese toasty?
No, I can see the appeal to that one. I'll give it to you, like, but just too much.
So I make a banging ham and cheese toasty. So I don't just stop at the ham and cheese. I put Dijon mustard in mine. Hmm,
I
it's
I'm a big
lovely.
fan of a George Foreman, and so a lot of my food is breakfast food, and I love making like a full-on, full-cooked breakfast toasty with like bacon,
Yeah.
egg, beans, just all in and toasty.
So we haven't got one of them. We haven't got a toasty maker.
Oh,
We literally just use a pan. Just
yeah, that's fair, but George Foreman is perfect because I'm not very good at cooking anything that isn't breakfast food.
fair.
But with the George Foreman, all you do is turn it on, put the food in, and close it, and then you come back and the food's cooked. It's magic. I've cooked some things in there that I know shouldn't be cooked in a George Foreman, but it's worth it. I used to cut pizza in like
No.
the end of pizza just so it fit in the George Foreman.
Ah. Is it a flat one then?
Ooh, excuse me.
It's okay.
So for my deep love for George Foreman's, I actually had one a couple of Christmases from my parents that I asked for, and I don't mean to show off, but it's got the ridged one with the where the fat drips off, and it's got a skillet as well, which is dead flat for like egg and stuff.
Good.
So yeah, it's a fancy George Foreman.
Good. I don't feel ashamed to show off. It's just having pride in what you have.
Again, it's just something you can crack an egg on and come back and the egg's cooked later. And not even that long. Amazing. And that's like the level of cooking I can do is put it one place and then take it off that hot place.
I feel like if I was to teach someone to cook, I would start them off with an egg.
Eh?
If you can cook, if you can cook an omelette, if you can cook scrambled properly, because many people think, oh, I can cook it. People think eggs are easily overestimated.
Yeah. I poached eggs in cocktail tins once. That was quite fun. 'Cause
Poached
we just
egg.
didn't have anything. Poached a little bit of water in the egg in the bottom of the cocktail tin and then weighted down
Ah.
and put it in a bowl of water. Like, came out banging as well. Ruined the tins, but the egg
Ah.
was delicious.
Yeah, and if you can make 3, 4 different types of eggs, then yeah, you should you're pretty good.
Luckily, eggs count as breakfast food, so they are within my remit.
There we go. You just need butter and an egg. That's it.
Living that dream. Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Knackered
I
today.
was I was going to say we could probably call it there now.
I was just about thinking the same thing, but it's been an absolute pleasure.
Yes, thank you for coming on.
No, not at all, man.
Even if it has been quiet, I don't care.
Sometimes a quiet chat's always needed, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's been good catching up, and I'm sure we'll catch up again soon.
Yes.
All right, I'll catch you then.
I'm all on Halo. I'm on Halo a lot, so
Yeah, well, I know you'll be on Infinite as soon as it's out as well,
yeah,
so and that's cross-platform, so I'll be there.
exactly.
All right, well,
Hang on.
thanks for having me.
Before you go, I'll
Yep.
sign off. Yes. Yep. So this has been Dylan joining us on episode 7 of Big Talk. He showed me how to make a very nice cocktail, and it's called the RhysCDC. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.